This is Professor L.B.Gayakawad who is talking today on the topic the organs of speech, part 2nd. Remember, we have made one video on these organs of speech. Now this is the second, and again I will give you the third video, then this topic will be completed. So remember, here we are discussing the organs of speech. We will discuss at first the soft palate. The soft palate. Soft palate. What is the soft palate? The soft palate is the flexible organ. Flexible organ at the roof. At the roof. At the roof. Back. At the roof, back. In the mouth. So remember, I will tell you that the soft palate is the flexible organ. It means that it is the organ which changes its sizes. Means it is very tender. It is very flexible, changeable, and it is at the roof of the mouth. Means at the back side in the mouth. Then it raises, remember, it raises to articulate the oral sounds. Remember, the oral sounds means this soft palate raises, means gets up, means works, means begins to work, to articulate, to produce, to pronounce the oral sounds. So what is the oral sound? Oral sound means the sounds which are pronounced through the mouth, and that's why they are called the oral sounds. The soft palate, we will call it the SP, means soft palate. The soft palate lowers, means it is lowered or it lowers to pronounce the nasal sounds. Remember, nasal sounds. What is the explanation? The soft palate comes into the lower situation, means it stops its working when it pronounces the nasal sounds. Means my point is that the soft palate never pronounces the nasal sounds. Remember, but some of the works, or I will tell you a little bit work is there of this soft palate, and this soft palate is lowered. Means this soft palate is lowered means it doesn't work. It is not active. It is lowered. And when this soft palate is lowered, then the nasal sounds are produced. Means to produce the nasal sounds, this soft palate is lowered. That is the point. Nasal sounds means what? The nasal sounds means the sounds which are pronounced through our nose. And the oral sounds are such sounds which are produced through our mouth. And that's why oral sounds and nasal sounds, in this way there are the two types of the sounds in our phonetics and phonology. So remember here, this is the point. Then the next point is the when there is the raising situation. Remember the raising situation of the soft palate. The raising situation of the SP. SP means soft palate. The raising situation of the SP is called the continuous line. The continuous line. Remember, the continuous line. What is the continuous line? Means it is continuously working situation, and it is in the continuous discipline of working, and that's why it is called the continuous line. And when there is the continuous line of pronouncing the words of regarding this soft palate, that is called the raising situation of the soft palate. And the last point of this soft palate is the lower situation. The lower situation of the lower situation of the SP of the SP. The lower situation of the SP is called the broken line. Broken line. So what is the meaning of this? Means when there is the situation of the soft palate as lowered, or when the soft palate is lower, then this discipline, this system, this line, this working system is called the broken line. Means that line is broken. Means that line is not working. That is broken. And when there is the continuous line, means the method or the work or the system of pronouncing the sounds is going on, and that's why it is called the continuous line. So remember here we saw the soft palate, the organ of speech which helps to pronounce our sounds. Now the next is nose. The next is nose. So remember, nose means what? This part. This is the part, and this part of our face is called the nose. And this nose is very much significant, important to pronounce the sounds and phrases or sentences in phonetics and phonology. So what is this nose? This nose is the main cavity. Remember, this is called the main cavity. The main cavity. It is the main part of the nose, and through this main part, through this cavity, through this main cavity, the sounds through the nose are pronounced. So it is called the main cavity, the main section of pronouncing these sounds and phrases and sentences. It is also called the nasal cavity. Remember, it is also called the nasal cavity. The second word is given to this nose is the nasal cavity. Means that cavity, that section, that area is available in the nose, and that is why it is called the nasal cavity. And through this nasal cavity, the nasal sounds are produced. The nasal sounds. Remember, the nasal sounds. Which are the nasal sounds? M, N, M, N, M, N, and Ng. Sing, 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 Ma means man. Man. This is man. So the ma of this man. Na, nose, 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 nose means nose, nose. This no of this nose, and sing, 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 see, sing. This is the sound. Sing, this is this sound, and this sound is available in sing ing. Remember, sing ing. So we can pronounce it sing ing like this. So this sing ing means the ma, the na, and the sing this sound. These sounds are called the nasal sounds, and all these nasal sounds are pronounced through the nose. So remember here, now we discussed about the nose. Now we are going to the mouth. So a mouth is there. Remember, mouth. Mouth is there. Where is the mouth? This is the mouth. This part is called the mouth, and this mouth is very much important to pronounce, to produce, and to articulate our sounds. So this mouth is called the main avenue. The main avenue. The main avenue. Avenue means the main passage. The main passage means the main way. Means the mouth is completely the main way, the main passage, the main avenue of pronouncing all the sounds and phrases. That is called the main avenue. And all the oral sounds are pronounced. Oral sounds are pronounced through this mouth. So the mouth is useful to pronounce the oral sounds. So it is called the oral sounds. The oral sounds are the sounds which are pronounced through the mouth, and that's why this is called the oral sounds. And the sounds which are pronounced through the nose are called the nasal sounds. So in this way, here we discuss now about the mouth, and remember we are discussing about the organs of speech, means the parts which are useful to produce, to pronounce, to articulate our words and phrases. Now we are discussing about the uvule. 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 This is the part. This is the part. Uvule. So what is this? This part, this organ is available in our mouth. It is the fleshy part. Remember, the fleshy. Fleshy. Fleshy means it is very soft part. It is very, I will say, rather tender part. So it is called the fleshy part. And it is the extension. Extension means it is the long part. This is the long organ. Long organ. This is the long part. This is the long organ. Organ. And it is available at the back of the soft palate. At the back of the soft palate. At the back of the soft palate. Soft palate means SP. Means this part is available and available at the back of the, I will say, soft palate means completely it is. Again, I will tell you that this part is hanging hanging organ. Remember, this is the hanging organ. Means this organ is in the hanging situation. Means this part is here. This is hanging like this. This is hanging like this. Hanging part, hanging organ. And this part is hanging above the throat. Above the throat. Above the throat. Above the throat. Remember. And this is very at the end of our, I will say, the tongue, or suppose above the throat, that is called uvule. And this part uvule means this is the, I will say, the main tongue is there, and this is the second tongue, we can say small tongue, we can say. And this small tongue helps to pronounce the words and sounds and phrases. That is the important part. So remember, here we are discussing the organs of speech, part second. Now, upper teeth we are discussing. Upper teeth. Upper teeth. Remember, upper teeth means what? The teeth which are at the upper side. It is very clear that there are the lower teeth also, and the lower teeth means these are the lower teeth and these are the upper teeth. Means the upper teeth are at the upper side and the lower teeth are at the lower side, and that's why upper teeth and lower teeth are the two types of the organs. So now we are discussing this upper teeth. So what is about this upper teeth? This is the part of the upper teeth ridge. The part of the part of the upper teeth ridge, of the upper teeth ridge. Upper teeth ridge means this part is available at the upper teeth ridge. Means it is the part of the upper teeth ridge. This part, upper teeth ridge, means this is it. So here this part is available, and so these teeth are called the upper side teeth. So remember, we are discussing about the organs of speech, part second. Now lower teeth we are discussing. Lower teeth. Lower teeth. So remember, lower teeth, this part is the organ, very important organ, because this organ produces the sounds, phrases, sentences, words in the phonetics and phonology. And the lower teeth is the organ of the lower teeth ridge. Lower teeth ridge of the lower teeth ridge. Remember, lower teeth ridge. Lower teeth ridge means the lower means down, and teeth ridge means this is the teeth ridge. So the lower teeth is the organ which is available at the lower teeth ridge, and this lower teeth organ also is very much useful to produce our sounds and phrases. Now remember, the blade of the tongue, the blade of the tongue, the blade of the tongue, the blade of the tongue. This is the important, very significant part, very significant organ of speech. This is called the blade of the tongue. And this blade of the tongue helps to pronounce our sounds and sentences, and it is known as the total tongue. Remember, the blade of the tongue is called the total tongue. Remember, the total tongue it is called, and this total tongue is opposite of the teeth ridge. Remember, opposite of the teeth ridge. Remember, opposite of the teeth ridge. Teeth ridge means this organ, the blade of the tongue, is the organ. It is available uh, at the side, which is called the opposite side of the teeth ridge, and it is called the total tongue. So the blade of the tongue we saw, which is very important to pronounce, to articulate, and to produce the sounds. Now we are discussing front of the tongue. Front of the tongue. Remember, front of the tongue. Front of the tongue means this is the front part of the tongue. Front part of the tongue. This is front part of the tongue. This is called, and it is the front, very beginning part of the tongue. And this part helps to produce the sounds. And this part is available in the mouth at the hard palate. But how? It is opposite of the hard palate. Remember, it is exactly opposite. It is exactly opposite of the hard palate. Hard palate means what? HP. This HP is available in our mouth, and this front of the tongue is exactly opposite of the hard palate, that is called the HP. And remember, we are discussing the parts which are called the organs of speech. The organs of speech means the organs which help to speak sounds, to articulate sounds, to produce sounds, okay, to pronounce sounds, and that's why they are called the organs of speech. Now the next part is back of the back of the tongue. Back of the tongue. Back of the tongue. Back of the tongue means what? The back part of the tongue. Back of the tongue means the back part of the tongue. It means that this part, this organ is available at the back side of the tongue, and so it is called the back of the tongue. And so we will discuss now about this. So where is this part? This part, this organ is after the front of the tongue. After the front of the tongue. After the front of the tongue. Means what? This part, this organ begins from the front of the tongue. Means after, means at first there is the front of the tongue, and secondly there is the back of the tongue. So this back of the tongue is available after the front of the tongue. Means at first there is the front of the tongue, and then there is the back of the tongue. So it is the back side of the tongue. Remember, back of the tongue is the back side of the tongue. Back side of the tongue. The back side of the tongue. Remember, the back side of the tongue means it comes at the back side of the tongue, that is called, or it is situated, it is connected, it is joined at the back side of the tongue, that is the point, and it is opposite of the soft palate. Remember, opposite of the soft palate means of the ESP. So remember, this back of the tongue is available exactly opposite of the soft palate, means in front of the soft palate, against the soft palate, opposite of the soft palate, and this part helps the tongue to produce sounds in the mouth. And now the last part I am going to discuss is the root. Remember, root of the tongue. We can say root. Root means what? Root of the tongue. Root of the tongue. This is the last organ of this topic second. And what is the root? The root is the root of the tongue. The root of the tongue. The root of the tongue means exactly the tongue comes from that place. Means it is the place of the birth of the tongue. Means the tongue has taken birth from this root. So it is the exactly the beginning of the tongue, I will say. Means the tongue, actually our blade of the tongue, total tongue is has been joined, has been connected to the place, and that place is called the root, foundation, that is called the basic part. And from that basic part, from that basic organ, this root of the tongue or total tongue has been made by God, I will tell you. So this part, this root, this part has been connected at the root. Means the total tongue is connected or has been connected at the root. Means exactly the connection, the joint place of the tongue is the root, and it is tongue's beginning place. Root is the tongue's beginning place, means our tongue begins from that. Means this root is the birthplace of the tongue. So remember, here today I saw all the organs today which are very much important to produce the sounds, phrases in the phonetics and phonology. Again, there is one video I will teach you again the remaining organs of speech in the part third. So I request you to watch and share my channel very much with your friends, and if you have some doubts, problems, please tell me in the comment box. With this I will stop. Thank you very much.